Go online and try and book a flight to the northernmost destination you can find. This is where you'll end up. Longyearbyen Airport on the high Arctic archipelago of Svalbard. The most northerly airbase is at Resolute in Canada, but that is strictly military. For commercial passengers, this is the last stop before the North Pole. There are only domestic flights in and out, but every passenger flying from here has to pass through customs in mainland Norway, as Svalbard lies outside the Schengen zone, and this land of ice is duty-free. All passenger flights are met by buses that make the short transfer into Longyearbyen. You could walk to town, but make sure to look out for polar bears. And I'm not being flippant. In 2020, a Dutch tourist was killed by a polar bear at the campsite just below the airport. This is a very different world. And remember that for 84 days in winter, the sun never rises. Before the airport was opened in 1974, the inhabitants of Longyearbyen and the other Svalbard settlements were effectively cut off in winter as maritime traffic is stopped by the sea ice. The Soviet Union initially blocked the airport, alleging that it would be used for military purposes, in contravention of the Svalbard Treaty. Thankfully, they eventually conceded to Norwegian assurances, and this meant that the inhabitants of the Russian mining towns of Pyramiden and Barentsburg would also benefit. That is, until 1996. A Vnukovo Airways flight left from Moscow, transporting miners and their families. But due to a series of tragic errors, the aircraft crashed a few kilometres short of the airport in the Advent Valley. 141 people died that day. It was the worst disaster in Norwegian aviation history, and contributed to the eventual abandonment of Pyramiden in 1998. Increasing tourism in Svalbard has had a marked effect. The airport is only designed to handle one aircraft at a time. In 2022, it was overrun with an influx of charter flights in addition to scheduled flights to Oslo and Tromsø. In 2023, the operator has therefore limited the airport to only 6 flights per day. Good for the airport, and I believe good for the future of sustainable tourism on Svalbard. But of course, it's not really the airport that's special, it's the view from your window seat.